Welcome back to our Riftborn playthrough of Endless Space 2 on Endless difficulty. Where we last left off, we'd more or less set our diplomatic policy in place. We've formed an alliance with two other reasonably strong factions, or nations at this point, now to refer to them. And we've made peace with a number of smaller groups. And the aim of this is that we'll be in a position to challenge the strongest AI, aka the Cravers, because the Cravers always cheat in terms of resources. And as you can see, the scores are sort of catching up with us. Well, actually, we're still behind Horatio, like pink and orange, though. Like I said, the AI plays the endgame a lot worse than human players do, or good human players do. So apart from yellow, I think we're in a good position to win the game, for instance, if we left the alliance. But the aim of this part of the game is to make sure that yellow doesn't get out of control. As we can see here, yellow has already built a citadel. This is kind of good because it means they're less likely to have an obliterator. And obliterators are the most dangerous and scary thing. And also kind of least balanced thing you can do with behemoth tech. It's something we might look into, but first I want to build up our fleets via liquid composites. And the end game, you really do want a lot of carriers, like a 4 stack of them. And you also want to pick up universal aerodynamics, so you can get this integrated theaters upgrade, which will let you build large fleets of multiple carriers. Really, manpower and technologically advanced warships are the two most important things for military in endless space. Once again, we listen to the Riftborn theme, which I really like. We have this nice industry boost and toys for boys, which is increasing happiness. Our endless research park and endless world applies to each system. That is cool. Let's try moving toys for boys and see what that does to the overall happiness. Well, this place is not ecstatic anymore, but this place isn't. But otherwise, pretty good. So we can think about adding another law for different effects. I would think about Dirty Hands Act, but I'm not sure how many of our planets are not constructing machine embodiments. Quite a few. Dirty Hands Act is really the reason to go scientist. It's really great. And we can pass it without much cost to ourselves. We picked up this law during the quest line, Scrap Kings, which gives us minus 30% ship cost on systems, which is very nice. Now we just need to pass an ecologist law to complete our quest and pick up influence bonuses. A large influence boost, which will really cover our weakness and make it so that we can put pressure on other factions. Again, these influence zones are really important for a peaceful playthrough.
Speak.
And see, because I've planned around this, I'm actually managing to put pressure on my neighbors, which is really important. Again, sounds super dodgy, out of context. Cool. I wonder if they have trade routes. Doesn't tell me. I know the Lumeris have trade routes, but they're probably closest to getting an economic victory, so I'm not sure if I want to trade with them. I can always trade with myself. I mean, with my own systems. Oh, last time I was talking about trade routes, and when you set up trade routes, it's kind of important that you set them up with the furthest away system you can find. So the greatest distance makes for the best trade routes. But also you want to build your trade route buildings relatively quickly. I really like the Riftborn music, by the way. That's how I always start with it. So I guess we want a Moser to be the endpoint, or one of the endpoints. And we can think about using Cetus as a starting point for our trade route. And we can always buy it out. So in 3 turns we'll pick that up. And Idris. We would like to pick up another economic behemoth. I mean scientific behemoth. You always have to remember which one you retrofit. You don't get to make new behemoth designs. You have to work with these 3. Slightly annoying, but whatever. We want Citadel blueprints just so we can get Behemoth C3 center, so we can get more behemoths at some point. I'm just going to queue it. I want the liquid composites first, anyways. I think they'll pull us. No, it won't actually. Getting this tier is important just for unlocking obelisks of more space time. This is the way you win with Wonder, by the way. You build. You build a number of these and you win. Basically. And it's also kind of nice to dump resources into this because the bonus is pretty substantial, to be honest. We get bonus lore slots. So the final, again, the tiers really do matter for these researchers. Research tiers really give you significant bonuses, and you have to look out and see which ones you need and which ones you can make use of. Like if you have a really good luxury production, you really have to prioritize these tiers so that you can get the upgrades. And we're also starting to produce antimatter, so we can think about F Reality Institute, which will increase the science production of the systems we really care about in terms of science. Really good upgrade, really potent. And I think I'm gonna rush these 2 like this. Rush, I say. I'm gonna get them in due time. Oh, it's playing my other favorite song from this game, namely, for some reason it's not coming to mind. Flawless Theory, the version. There's a Flawless Theory in each Endless 4X game, in Endless Space 1, in Endless Legend, and in Endless Space 2. I think we want fabrication license on the system. And once we do have fabrication license, have we picked up chameleon spaces? Yes. We can convert all that industry into other things. But it will really set us up to have an awesome industry system, which we can then use for other things. Idris? See, this is one of the strengths of Riftborn. The systems that you get early will quickly rival your home system. Because once you stop producing machine embodiments, your system will be optimized. I can micromanage populations, send them over somewhere else. I'm not going to do that though. I'm playing slowly enough as it is, so. Pick this up.
It is refreshing to see that we are not the only sentients of the galaxy.
I've retrofitted this fleet commander to being a governor in these times of peace. It's actually fine to switch between a commander and a governor.
We hope that the cold dark of space is made warmer by our proposal.
Whoa. 14 anomalies in your empire. Another empire's achieved this. Okay, we got a science. We got a science agreement of the Volters. That's nice. Actually, I'm thinking because we have influence pressure on them, at some point I want to pick up. This is more of a priority with other factions with stronger influence. This SLC, so that we can start influence converting systems of the Volters. These are pretty good, actually. This is a pretty nice system. That's their capital. Always would be nice to pick up that. Are we winning on this front? Always hard to know if the influence is moving. Let me not stare at that too long. Yeah, that's nice. We got a new hero. That's the part I just skipped over last turn. And like I said, the Riftborn heroes are really nice for us. We have the choice between a counselor and and an Overseer, and I think generally Overseers are going to be better. The resource boost tends to be better than the happiness boost, and this is also pretty good towards happiness. So let's pick this hero as a governor. Pi. Fully maths nuts. And let's put Pi on a system which we boost any mode. We really got a hero there. Got a hero there. Ebony? Do we have a hero there? Maybe I should check me the screen. Do I have a hero on Omdor? Do I care about Omdor that much? Deneb, I have a hero. I have a hero on basically every system. Vorta I don't, and Vorta is quite big. Right. Here. Good. I think we're really building compression singularity. Really, this upgrade that you can build machine embodiments faster, it helps even at this point in the game. It's so good. I mean, it's possible I can improve my play by rushing out this quest faster. That's one of the things I'm thinking about in terms of the next playthrough for Riftborn. But, you know, live and you learn. Fabrication license is very good, and very good on this faction. We can actually think about going for a wonder victory. We have enough strategic production that it's not crazy to go for it. Really, these behemoths harvesting from the asteroid fields and the neutron star are really doing a lot of work to catch us up on strategics. We can think about another neutron star even over there. Though we'd have to get more behemoths via this technology first. Behemoth C3 Center. And it's something we kind of want, because the upgraded behemoths, like the Citadel, and more importantly the Obliterator, are really good. I mean, I like the Juggernaut too, but it's kind of just another big ship, you know. It doesn't offer you that much unique staying power. Wait, what is this? A Collapsing Star. What does Collapsing Star give us? Sorry, I always forget. It gives us these normal strategics, which is something we want, to be honest. So we could double our strategic output, more or less, by getting 2 extra behemoths. Quite enticing, though at this point I do actually worry about, like, Endless Space 2's more devastating nuclear weapons. System-destroying weapons. And I'm worried that Yellow has them. The game doesn't appropriately warn you about when these things are fired, for some reason. Or it's a bit inconsistent. Sometimes I play the game and then like 20 turns in, like after they build one of these obliterators, I find out that my system has been destroyed. You don't even have to declare war. It's kind of ridiculous, to be honest. I actually want to make a truce with
Sometimes it's hard to tell your friends from
this
your
AI.
enemies, isn't it?
Wait, who are they? Who are they at war with? They are at war with Gravers, that's nice. If we make peace with them, or an alliance with them, that could benefit us. No, not my Oracle kicks. No! Actually, I don't really use them, do I? Communion spaces. Maybe want that. Gamma exhaustion's pretty good though. I'm fine just spamming technologies at them, because then I don't lose any resources. I mean, they gain stuff, but I do get a potential trade partner.
May our
Right. How good is that AI doing? Or how well is that AI doing? Not that well. I think you can afford to trade with them. You do have to watch out with your Lumeris.
and contracts to take out. I mean, sign.
Hilarious. The thing about Lumeris, if they can easily win economically, so you just want to keep that in check. It's not huge. We have a science agreement? Oh, that was fast. And you can actually give me something I want. How do you feel about a new colony? I mean, never. We can afford extra colonies and we want to pick them up. It's probably kind of crap if they want to trade it, but no. Links. These are probably outposts, to be honest. I mean, a free outpost is a free outpost, yeah. Have I seen any of these? No, whatever.
Not just a deal.
They really like trade agreements, if you couldn't tell. And having trade agreements with a faraway partner is really important. We're happy to pick that up. And just a random extra economy. Always, if the AI really likes something, then make sure to needle them on it, you know? Sell yourself dearly. Want to fix that? Do we really want? Yeah, we do want extra strategics. This extra science station isn't bad. Actually, we don't really need spin project in this system. We're doing fine with influence pressure. Again, influence production is not something we make super use of until we start buying out systems. But this is a system we could buy out. And it's close enough to our borders. Now we have a new system somewhere. I assume it's a outpost. We shall see. Are there any strategics? Well, it does give us one bonus industry per planet, which is something. Which is not nothing. Oh boy. There. That's better. And we have a new system somewhere. Eater. Ah, it's actually quite... Whoa, it's really good. Nice. High gravity, though. Nah, why not? New population unit appears. How much did they like me? Not very. You get a machine embodiment. And we can pick up level 3 even. This is a nice system. And I'm glad we picked it up through, like, smart diplomacy, to be honest. if I do say so myself. And once we get this trading company, we can build a trading company. So the way trading companies work, sorry I didn't explain this earlier, it's kind of important. You pick up a trading company HQ, and then you build a subsidiary, and those things have to be as far away as possible to maximize your dust output. And that way you can turn dust into more dust and science, or science and luxury output. Here, you can pick up also important Galactic Security Charter, which gives you more exit zones for your trade routes. So here, we're happy that we have these two systems in the middle of nowhere, because they let us make trade routes, exits, really far away. Also, remember to get wormhole tech. And make sure the systems are connected via stardates. Like here, we can see we can get to there through friendly territory. We might even want to offer an alliance to them.
We see you're a big fan of the families.
Actually, I'm not happy about that yet. You can't actually negotiate for an alliance request. Let me see. Give me something as well. Give me. And they probably won't like this. No, I don't think so. Do we want them in an alliance? We can think about it.
What is it this time?
What empires are they at war with? They're only at war with the Long AI. So basically I'm brokering galactic peace except against the Cravers. Screw them. Cravers can't make peace. They're our biggest opponent. Our foreign politic should be all about attacking them. Cool, we're doing really well. I think we're probably going to get an alliance victory.
Desperate acts for desperate times.
They're always mad because we just became an alliance and they need military help. Don't worry, we're working on it. As soon as we get the important things. So, I want to pick up this F-dimensional... Can never say it properly. F-Reality Institute. Really good. It's something we really want at some point. We can delay it though in favor of just better warships. I think that's what we might do. We'll work on our warships once we've unlocked extra. So this is good. We're not going to be tied down fighting pointless wars. We can target the strongest AI, as in yellow, and really, I think our foreign politic has been a success. This is what I'm talking about. Always have these compression singularities active. What buff do we want? Do we even care at this point? Yes. We can put the heroes who are good at trade routes on trade routes. One more spin, I think, on this planet. Okay, we made him. No, no juice for you. Amosa. We put out we put out our first trading company on this planet. And get a couple of machine embodiments. Actually, let's see if we can do it better on Ita. These are both excellent choices for the exit of a trade company. Excuse me. Yeah, really nice. And we'll pick up a new planet and really start machine embodimenting a lot. See, these ecologists, the Riftborn have a really good faction quest, as in you can get huge bonuses and really cover what you think you're weak at. You can get huge bonuses to your basic population's dust output via different tree or strategics generation. It really is, like, very nice. Okay, here we want to sell excess resources. And the reason we're doing this is so that we can buy more freighters. Sounds super legit. I know. You sell all luxuries that aren't necessary for your system upgrades. It's always good practice. Voidstone, what does that do? Oh, that would be nice. But we only got that now. Okay. And now basically you make increased freighters. We're a bit low on luxury, so let's invest in that. If I had tons of science, I would have thought about picking up this just to improve our dust production. I don't think we need to though. Yeah, we'll pick up Galactic Security Charter, and then we'll go for some military technologies. Oh, we'll get this tier of military technologies, pump out a couple of warships while going for F Reality Institute. As you can see, we have good Orichalcix production. We probably want to go for Orichalcix guns. Whoa. A lot of systems just came off. That's the disadvantage of micromanaging each system. We can build a Behemoth Sea-Free Center really quickly here, and I think we're going to. This will give us happiness for basically free. I'm okay with that. See, at this point of the game, your industry production is just silly. You can do whatever you want. One of the nice things about playing an industry faction. We can build a warship. There is a real cost to it. No, not really. So we're going to get rid of most of our designs at some point. I'll clean up in between recordings. But we generally want to use the most powerful hull. Actually, our guns are quite bad. But an extra ship using our industry is not bad either. As you can see, these slots use a lot of strategics. Actually, let's think about... I mean, we'll build better ships when we access better military technologies, but for now, again, engines are crucially important. A slow ship is less than useless, at least at this point of the game. it almost matters more that you can reinforce your front line, that you can and move your fleets around and counter threats, than that you can actually win fights.
You have to be pretty uncivilized to
Yeah.
do that.
Okay, I'll come just now. Carriers here. That's good. We don't actually need this. If it's costing us industry, that's relevant. I'm not going to do it. Oh, most of these things within the system. Well, that's our home system is really good. Produces a lot of industry. Can think about this. Yeah, well, we don't have anything else to do. We can pick up another carrier. Remember, use the marketplace. If there's anything you take away from this playthrough, use that marketplace. We'll start some orichalcics. We're producing enough per turn. It is really valuable, but we are producing enough per turn. Oh no, we don't have enough, do we? Nah, that's bad. We do actually want to buy some of this. We do at some point want to pick up this so we can start cheesing some Volta colonies. Let's look at our main system and see which level it is at. If we can get to level 4, that would be nice. Let's see how far away we are. We're kind of taxed on these resources. Once we have Galactic Security Charter, we'll pick up extra subsidiaries. Have a trade agreement with them. I'm not sure. This is our external. As your the good thing of gradually your systems. I'm sorry, I'm just thinking about what to do with my fleets. We can just make some old ships. We haven't really upgraded new technology yet. So basically, as your trading company gains experience, just naturally, it will increase your dust or luxury or whatever you choose to invest in income, which is quite substantial, really important. We're going to pick up all of these science upgrades in the system. And some happiness boosts, because these people are not happy. They're sad, which makes me sad. So less productive. There are no strategics here. So we'll go for this ordering. Public-private we can probably put first. Yeah. Always make sure to boost the influence of planets which are close to the frontier. Excuse me. And we're just getting extra population on these planets. What planet is this? Wait, are we at war with the Voltas? What? How did this happen?
Speak. Let us see if we can trust your words.
No, I didn't agree to this. This is the real downside of having allies. Whoa, they are mad. They are mad indeed. Well, at least they're not on our borders or anything, right? That's gonna be great. I hope they don't declare war on us, and vice versa. I hope our allies don't declare war on them. This is the real issue of having allies. They just make diplomatic decisions, like, on the fly. Like, I don't know. We got the extra subsidiaries, and this other thing, which we don't care about that much. It's a nice upgrade to have. Here's a subsidiary. We want to pick up a subsidiary at Amosa, because this planet is far away from our trade company, HQ. And we can think about another subsidiary which is also relatively far away on Musus. We can. I was thinking. Interesting. I couldn't find it for some reason. No. Ah, here it is. Why not? This planet seems like it could want those. So, let's see how our income is. Really improved a bit. And it's getting us some luxuries which we don't need. Wonderful, wonderful. Actually, I should micromanage this. I should make sure a system with the luxuries I want, like water, is building the relevant upgrade. My bad. Let's put that on that. And we can get another economic, no, not economic behemoth, scientific behemoth for extra strategics. Oh well. Strategics is gonna be the meme of the series, I swear. Say it 10 times fast. We're going to Ebony. Microwave pipes are good. You get them everywhere. And I'm going to get expanded mines because of adamantium. Let's actually get expanded mines in all the systems that need them. Extra dust production, never hurt anyone. I hope. Here, actually, expanded mines would be nice because it's here somewhere. Got it. And mine is Union. Because of orichalcics. We really do need to think about these mid-tier scientific upgrades. Actually, which system was producing the behemoth? Then a bird. I changed my mind. You are unworthy. Let's pick up this. And let's build the behemoth closer to where we need it to go. And let's just set them onto science. Through Dark Litter, we're slowly building up our manpower without having to divert systems into doing it. That's why Dark Litter is weirdly really good with the Riftborn. I say weirdly because Dark Litter normally sucks. What was I forgot what I was trying to do. Oh yes, Behemoth technology. Let's go scientific Behemoth. Let's see how long that would take. 7 turns. Let's look at this planet. How long would it take them to make one? More 9 turns. Is that time we save because it's closer? Is the question. The answer is probably yes. We could always retrofit our behemoths, but yeah. Let's just get one over here in 8 turns. Although machine embodiments are something I really want on that system. Yeah, so let's not derail what I think is the more important system. Alright. So these are upgrades we really want, but I do want the higher tier weapons. We're actually really low on both of these strategics. We might want to jump another level to get our orichalcics weapons, but we do want this upgrade quite a lot. And basically higher tier guns through the tier upgrade will be important. We can probably just pick this up and then go back to the economics, and we'll have decent enough warships. Nothing amazing, but we do want to just start putting pressure on the other empire. And you don't need spectacular warships, to be honest. I tend to want to make ships that are like perfect, but can't always get precisely what you think is best. Sometimes you have to compromise. Assume resources. I'm not going to micromanage heroes at this point. It just takes up too much time. Maybe I'll do it in between recordings. This is the quest for the Academy, by the way. By the by. What else can we pick up here? Operation Singularity, I already have that. We'll go back to Planet Cracker. We really have nothing better to do until we get the next warship technology. Pick up a second Planet Cracker. Upgrade this hero. Planet Cracker sounds so dubious, like it's really a science upgrade. It sounds really like you're gonna wreck some people or something. We don't actually have that much stereo on this planet. Let's just pick up the science ones. This planet really doesn't have great industry though. Do we have? Yeah, we have anomalies, and then we want these in some order. Yeah, we'll slowly get there. Alright. We want to pick up another trade HQ if we can, but that will just happen automatically. We can think about getting level 3 upgrades on systems, but for that we're going to need more magic mushrooms. They are magic. I don't understand how they can boost science that much. It's truly spectacular. Pick that up. Alright. So once again, I forget to pick up dust on the turn that matters. If we don't get the ecologist laws, we might go back and try and get some dust. That was a big mistake, actually. Yeah, that was a significant error. I do have to complete my quest. I'm sorry, they just load back a turn. I don't love doing this, but at the same time, it was something I planned, it's something I forgot about, and it's something that's really important for our strategy. So this is unfortunately the second load back I have to do. And it's only a turn, it's not the end of the world. Yeah. I'm sorry, it slipped my mind. This is the second thing I loaded back. The other was that dicey situation with the invasion near the start of the game. Generally I'd like to live with my mistakes, but also it's such a big deal, and it's such a stupid mistake again. This way we get to appreciate the wonderful art done by the concept artists for this game. Yeah. I mean, I feel like we already learned from that mistake. We're like, oh, have to remember to save dust on the critical turns. Always remember it's a multiple of 20 for elections. I mean, when I'm playing on my own, I reload save a lot more. And kind of for reload saving, you make a mistake, then you fix it, and then you set yourself in a position to make a mistake. But that new mistake will be more instructive because you're playing a closer game. It will actually matter, you know, somehow. And you won't have to experience the consequences of your previous mistake. So I don't actually think it's bad for learning purposes. I mean, obviously for recording purpose, I would have preferred if I can do this all on one take without retakes. But we live and we learn, right? Alright, we need to save up dust. Dirty Hands Act minimizers are the best we can currently do. We need to save up dust for elections, something we have been kind of lax about, and something we should have been thinking about more throughout the game. Again, one of the small things could have improved. Something I want to think about for the next economic playthrough. Dust clip. These are luxuries we always want because they improve our systems. These are luxuries we are actually disposable. But we kind of do want to save up titanium and Hyperium now at this point in the game. Because of anti-behemoth technology. Specifically anti-obliterator technology. But I'm just going to make sure we have enough dust to do the lobbying we need to do. This is a system I haven't really talked about so far, where you... Hopefully we can still get that system. A system we haven't really talked about so far, where you use resources, normally influence, but where for some reason to favor your selected party. we're gonna go for ecologists. Next time we'll max out industrialists. We're just using ecologists for the quest. That influence boost is really substantial and will really help us put pressure on other factions. Influence production is good because you can spend it on important things. No, shit, now we're ecologists. Oops. Well, this is kind of neat, I guess. I did not expect that to go that way. Alright. And this is really nice. This hero is going to give all of our systems bonus industry. This skill is one of the nice things about Riftborn heroes as governors. It's just... This law was passed, hardship ready, which is completely relevant at this point. Alright, feel free to pause here and read the law. So yeah, we've made peace with the Communion to some degree, even though they are prisoners. And the future of our civilization looks up at this point. We've picked up bonus influence. Nice for laws, but more importantly, it's nice for putting pressure on other factions. Let's check if we're max pressure with anyone. We're putting pressure.
You, happiness level 10.
Yeah, okay, they hate me again.
Greetings.
Doesn't
Are
hate
you
me.
back as friend or foe? Speak fast.
Alright.
Speak. Let us see if we can trust your words.
Come on, why you like this?
The unformed. What?
More pressure. Are they actually
The
winning?
Empire welcomes all those who share its ideal.
So we can...
You're a sly one, aren't you?
We did? No, we didn't! I don't want
I'm
this.
still fathoming you out. Speak up.
Makes friends. Friend. Make friends, not rude. What is the point?
Smart move. No.
Bonus, let's see how how is our happiness level? It just is, I think, new. Never mind. I'm confused. Did I pick the wrong system? We give a free center, free C, 3 C3 centers. English is hard. We can get happiness and dust production. We can get bonus manpower. We can get bonus science. I think this is probably going to be a bit better. The flat bonus to science is not that important later in the game. We want to improve our fleet commander. Hull plating penetration. That's nice if we go like it looks. We're going to go for orichalcics. These are just too important to us at the moment as strategics for constructions. Let's just build a bubble. We can't actually build a bubble. We're bubble broke. Okay, those laws were cancelled. We need to think about Mineral Misers Act is something we want. Fertility Bill. Bonus per anomalies on colonized planets in our system. That's actually something we want. Really strangely. Yeah. Pass laws? What else do we want? We can get Scrap Kings for mass industry production. Or ships. Don't really need it at the moment. Next election, we'll get the final tier of industrialists. Do we have trade in the system? We don't even have trade in the system. Why would we even want to get this? Why? I guess for future trade routes. But even then, it's committal. We can build another carrier. At this point, we should upgrade our carrier design. No, we should create a new. Let me try and come up with a name. Somewhat derivative, but on a theme. Is this a better laser? No, it is not. Is this a better laser? It is not. We want these guns, I think. They're pretty good. They'll give us protection as well against other torpedoes, etc. And we're split between lasers and guns at the moment. We don't want to go too heavily on lasers, though. Actually, we do kind of. This is going to cost us quite a lot of Hyperium. Fortunately, it's a resource we have a decent amount of. I did sell our stocks last time. Oops. I should have improved plating. There's generally no reason in the endgame to commit your ships one way or the other. Just make them well-rounded, if you can. It's always nice to have a warship that doesn't use strategics in case you run out of strategics. We do actually use strategics on this one. I swear this is the hardest word for me for some reason. Idris will be picking up those things. We really want to get things that we can dump our industry into at this point. Like autonomous mining. What a transition. Urgent AI research is great for the endgame. And universal aerodynamics is something we want to. A bit less. Yeah, let's pick that up first. Make sure we get strategics every turn. We can't make new antimatter, which is kind of sad. Let's make a machine embodiment, get AI labor, and then think about what else to get on the system. The system has a trade route, so solar security is not bad. Trade routes? Nope. A new one will be forming soon. This is the main reason you really want universal aerodynamics. So you can get this integrated theaters. And once you have that, you can just put as many ships as you want on the stack. What we can do is start moving these fleets into an aggressive position. Say here, let that be our staging area. Does this place have a teleporter? Maybe it doesn't show because we're not at happiness level 1. Yeah. We can think about influence pressuring our neighbors into giving us their colonies. At this point, we really do want to get autonomous administration, I believe it's called, to really strengthen our happiness expansion disapproval. Speaking of which, that's a nice skill. Right. Yeah. Picked up another one of those. Put it on our industrial systems. This bonus has done that, it's too much. enough of this. Use this resource. We get solar security in anticipation of a trade route. We probably want trade centers to be like here. So no. We never actually use Scrap Kings. But it's something we could want later in the
You have to
game.
be pretty uncivilized to do that.
Oh, thank you. Doing what? I'll take that as a compliment. Let's pick up more blue cap mold. Do want to upgrade our systems at some point. We are getting finally blue cap mold for our trade routes. Trade routes are the other way you can improve your luxuries. And we do want to get some level 4 systems at this point. Sadly, we can't just buy it out. Apparently. Galaxies all broke on blue cap mold. We're gonna pick up. We're getting enough influence, anyways. He's actually on the border. That's kind of important. More trading companies. Nice. Later in the game, you want to make sure you have enough influence to follow all the laws you want. We're gonna build a trading company here. Maximize the distance. Oh, we never actually got dust buyout. Oops. That might be kind of useful at this point. Yeah. Dust buyout is nice. That would be pretty good. I mean, not the end of the world, but would have been quite nice. How much science does the system have? How much science does... Let's just look for a bigger science system. And once you found it, you just put F Reality Institute on there. Get a fat 40% bonus. Just great. We can think about a second... No, we can't get another progression. We can, actually, if we sell some things. Let's sell... Not using it at the moment. Another compression singularity. And we can get a carrier afterwards, or something. Yeah, managing luxuries is not my strongest point. I will let you know. At this point in the game, you can put a lot of systems on Planet Cracker and just generate more science and really set yourself up to pick up that scientific victory, all these higher tier sciences. Also, you're not really doing much of your systems at this point, really. And you also want to think about expansion again. Although expansion disapproval is at the limit, basically. It is very possible to maintain high happiness in this game. We keep moving our fleets towards their goal, this planet. We'll build another Behemoth C3 center. How's the Behemoth capacity looking? We're at truce with them now. Good. Never actually got cube with the Viceroy. Interesting. noticeable dust population bonus, production bonus. Let's see if we can buy something out. No, not a dust required. Never mind, we'll do that at some other point. And let's just end turn. We're talking a lot about setting us up for an attack on long-range AI. Haven't really done it yet. Also quite worrying they still could have obliterators. Not something we teched into. We can make obliterator shields, and I think it's going to be worth it to do that on systems we think are in danger or very valuable. Where is it? Do we have it? Where is that? The photo bomber! That's a side quest. Be interested. Oh, here is the obliterator shield. System shield here. That does cost time though. Time I could better spend doing other things. Ugh! This is always the danger. You have to divert resources to defending yourself, but if you don't defend yourself, you lose the system, and then you're sad. I wish it would tell you when people build obliterators, so you can plan accordingly. Alright, let's just turn everything into planet cracking. And we have another one. We can put it on a good system, like Talitha's not bad. We pick these two up, go back to machine embodiments, and then we're golden. Yeah. As you can see, the endgame is quite taxing on these mid-tier strategics. Yeah. I mean, I chose not to go for this. If I would have gone for it, I would have gone for it sooner. It is an interesting and really fun upgrade for the Riftborn. Like, the flavor's awesome. Like, you know, slowly building up extra dust for manipulating time. Alright. So we've actually almost overtaken the ratio in score. Give you an indication of how much better you can be in the endgame than the AI. And battle tactics. That's something I'm worried about for most of the game. Long range defensive bonus. Critical hit. This is good if you're using lasers a lot. Why not? Oops. Forgot about this. We don't have that many great choices though. Why not? We have enough to go around. In another 14 turns or something. Hotel system. Something we like. Ita. Where is Ita? Ita is happy, but how much? Yeah. We can get extra industry on Ita. How much industry does Ita have? This is such a micromanaging decision. Let's just pick the happiness. Like, it's more important that you don't screw up happiness. That's probably the wrong decision, but I don't care. So that somehow bites us in the ass. That'll be bad. This is a system with a decent amount of industry. We can think about adding extra industry. Yeah. No, we don't want that. We can pick up Cuba the Viceroy. Let's get all of these upgrades and then harvest production. Just get the basic upgrades for the system. And cool, we have another behemoth. Very nice. We're gonna send that here. Get these mid-tier strategics where we're really struggling. The high-tier strategics are actually doing quite well at the moment. So much so that once we pick up autonomous mining, get these key upgrades. Oops. Get the extra law slot which we need because our influence production is so high. Once you pick up these, we'll go back and head towards Orichalcix. I definitely want to get obliterated blueprints. This is way overdue. And what else do we want? Strafing one. Not something I'm interested in, actually. We need better, not shields necessarily. What do we have more of? Adamantium. We're less taxed on adamantium. Let's get the better defenses. We don't actually need adamantium for weapons because we can go for Orichalcix. See, the longer you delay combat, the more you can tailor combat experience. So now we have a fairly powerful fleet with a carrier and a number of laser and bombers. Still not the best fleet we could have gotten, but it's better than nothing. New trading company, new location. We're about to pick it up. Forgot about new fleets. What's happening here? Oh, that's the fleet. Yeah. Once the truce goes off, we're attacking Kraver. We've been playing quite economically at the moment. Again, I don't pretend to play 100% optimally, but I do think I'm giving you a good idea on how to succeed in endless difficulty. Especially if you're playing a faction which is not absolutely busted. Or to have a start that is not absolutely busted. I mean, the Riftborn are strong, don't get me wrong. But they don't have the potential for starts which completely overtake the AI. This is such a nice skill point. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. And bonus manpower capacity? I don't hate it. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. Okay, let's think about empty constructions. First compression singularity. See, machine embodiments are so easy to get in the end game. More machine embodiments. We have lots of steriles, AI labor. Think about fabrication license, and I think we will get it on the system. And I can just spam out all these important things. We really want more antimatter for F Reality Institute because it is so good. Right, and more dust production for my things. Can we buy antimatter? We can actually buy antimatter, though I've spent a lot of dust at the moment. We can sell more of this, but we do want more of this late in the game. For warships and such. It's just a couple of turns production. And now we have F Reality Institute on whichever planet we want it on. Oof, almost turned the game off there. There we already have F Reality Institute. We need to find the systems with the most science and put it on there. Like, actually, Deneb is probably just getting science from Planet Cracker. Ah, it's not that bad. We put it on science systems. Do we want... Is Deneb close to... It is actually kind of close to this, which gives us more strategics. But at the same time, we want... Let's make an economic behemoth, just to show you what that's all about. So, I haven't felt the need to make this. Close. Edit. We can actually make new behemoths, never mind. I kid. You can use these kind of bonuses. Bonus fits on systems. There's a better upgrading get which gives you bonus percentage fits on systems. Let's get on. Actually, just pick up that upgrade really quickly. Where is it? Where is it? This mission flexibility. How long will it take us to pick that up? 1 turn? Yeah, not super worth it at the moment. It's not like it's bad, it's just not super amazing. Scientific behemoth. Let's see if we can pick that up. And once we have this behemoth online, we won't need it, per se, for military or whatever. What we can use it for, though... I mean, we probably won't need it for Orichalcix and Quadronix, but we can use it to turn it into an obliterator later. And then start obliterating. Obliterator kind of is... I don't know, it's just kind of silly. It's so good. Where else do we want to make a subsidiary? We have subsidiaries of the faraway places. Losers. Can you be a subsidiary? Yes, you can. Alright. Let's go back to trade. we will have maxed out our trade subsidiaries. At this point in the game, you kind of do want to spam all of your dust into these freighters, so you get more science and dust later in the game. We're kind of making bad ships because we can. Let's just make Planet Cracker. Divert our fleets towards here. Water? Just you get more science actually. This system is nice. Pick up seed trade. This is kind of automatic, you just get all the good upgrades in the systems where you can afford them. Even all the upgrades, to be honest. If you use your science smartly, you should only have good upgrades to get anyways. Most of the time. Slag and Sludge. I think I might micromanage Slag and Sludge on my systems at some point. Not something we have to worry about a ton. I'm kind of playing quite quickly at this point. I do want to close out the game sooner rather than later. What happened? I mean, this is in many ways the safest way to win the game, just to win it together with a big alliance. Trying to make peace where you can. It is annoying in some ways, because, I mean, your allies make terrible diplomatic decisions. Kind of like real alliances, I assume. Alright. Trade Company HQ. Again, we make sure our trade company HQs are far away. This is one of the hidden benefits of Riftborn, because your industry is so great, it really lets you do this. Who are we to war with? No. Oh, come on.
I trust you no more than
No.
Actions and words.
What the fuck? I'm sorry.
The unfallen seek only harmony,
Truce.
not anger.
Speak. I will listen and watch carefully.
What do you have that I want? This is diplomacy for you. Let's be sure to make a truce. What is wrong with my allies? The problem is, once you have made an alliance, you can only get rid of allies in the alliance by leaving the alliance. Not something we want to do unless we're about to win. Once we pick up autonomous mining, we'll go back for these. Now I want to make sure I have slag and sludge on all the important resources in my empire. What other important resources are there? Slag and sludge. Really, the fancy bonuses are kind of secondary to the important stuff. Bonus resources, etc. We should have a huge amount of influence pressure on them. We do. Not so much.
Welcome.
We have
Empire always
max
has
alliances.
time for its friends.
Indeed, my friend. For Empire. For that of us. We have fertility Beal. Beal is a place where lots of chest tournaments happen. Alright. I mean, the reason I like autonomous mining so much is that we're gonna put a lot of industry into science at this point, just because, like, we have nothing better to do. And, you know, might as well get some science, extra science out of the deal. Kind of an underrated upgrade, at least, I think. What do I know? Oh shit, I shouldn't have spent any of that. My bad. Alright. Nice. We're selling all of this. Selling all of this. I'm only doing this because we really want to pick up extra trade freighters. And bonus dust. We always want to get bonus science. We can think about the bonus dust at this point. It's going to matter, so we can put more dust into this. Extra resources we can buy level 4. And it's something I think I'm going to do. On this. Just going to pick up level 4. It takes 3 turns to do that. Take 3 turns to buy this out. Pick up compression singularity. Compression singularity is my jam. For any other KNPD fans in the audience. Alright. I think we can end the recording relatively soon. Again, we focused on our economy in this episode. We are still thinking about attacking Cravers. Again, what I say and what actually happens doesn't always match up. But at least we had that. Haven't been doing that well on legendary deeds in this playthrough, to be honest. But we've set us up in a nice economic position. We don't want to get this in the system. The system is not that good. Science economically. So we've picked up another trading company. We still have one trading partner. Mostly only the Lumeris go for trade routes I've found. Kind of annoying. Bit sad. So I think we want to pick up a trade subsidiary in Deneb, just so we can get extra blue cap mold. I hope I've given you a better idea of how to micromanage trade routes. It is kind of important for the end game. You'll gradually build up high dust and science and luxury outputs. And that's really kind of helpful, you know? I'm feeling like we might just make this a longer episode, head to turn 20. Actually, as soon as something that's time-consuming happens, I'll probably stop recording. We do want to besiege one of their better systems, to be honest. And to do that, I'm going to have to plan around besieging. Let's do something unheard of. So my issue with siege ships is they're slow. Really slow. Because you can't divert. You're spending the slots you need for siege on not engines. But we can pick up this warship. I even never got the Hunter design. That should give you an idea of what I think about that. Not my favorite ship design. Alright, this is not bad. We wanted to get there quickly. Semi-siege. And we can get the bonus engines on one of our ships. I've been neglecting this upgrade. It is really good though. I really recommend using this. Bonus slugs, because they're kind of good at the moment. We don't care about optimizing the things on our siege ships.
You lead well, comrade.
Yes! You do lead well, comrade. And you would do well to subscribe. Thanks again for joining us. I think we're going to call it quits here. Next turn, we're building up our war fleets, attacking yellow, thinking about protecting ourselves from obliterators, getting obliterators in turn, and doing all the fun things in the endgame as we probably gear up towards a science or wonder victory. Thanks again for joining me. I hope you learned something.